Hey guys, this is Mistie with Nerd News Social, and I'm at Comic-Con with the team from Destination Fear.
Hello.
So guys, it's really cool to meet you. I love watching your show.
That's awesome.
It's good fun. Now, I know that you guys came from the other show,
Ghost
Adventures, and branching off from that and doing your own thing. What has been the most awesome experience that you've learned from so far?
Yeah, gosh.
So many.
I mean, to be honest, I think the time that we had with Ghost Adventures was needed because I was seeing more on Ghost Adventures, but Tanner and Alex were actually behind the camera, behind the cameras filming that, and it was a needed moment just to kind of see what these guys are doing, these professionals. We don't even consider ourselves professionals right now. We're just more explorers, but gosh, I don't know, like a takeaway.
I think one of the greatest parts of being on Ghost Adventures for like the small time that we were is that we got to see how a TV show was run, and we got to see kind of behind the scenes and how much work actually goes into it. And when we got our show, we knew what we wanted to kind of change from there. And we have just, I mean, it's been an awesome experience, and everyone who is a part of our show has become a family. And I was just texting Chris Ward yesterday, our audio guy. Like, it's like we're all just having just an absolute blast, and we've become truly all great friends.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think it just really helped put things in perspective, what it takes to make a TV show, and it is a team effort, and just being able to work behind the scenes, I'm sure it's allowed you to really appreciate everything that goes into it.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. I mean, one thing I've taken away is just how important friendship is. We have had so many days on the road where one person's down and just not feeling good, and it takes the other three people to bring them back, and it's been so important. Like, there's been days where I've been down and I couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. I just was down, and they cheered me up, and within one day I'm back. And what we're doing is so difficult. It's so tough that you really need a strong group of friends.
Yeah, that friendship really shows in your program. What would you say would be the most active location?
I'm going to start off with Spike Island Prison in Ireland. It's our finale of this season. We've had nights where we've been more scared, for sure. But this night was one of the top scariest, and the activity was nonstop. There's so much that happens in that episode that some of the stuff we couldn't even include because there was too much.
Yeah, I have to mimic that same answer. I mean, the second we got onto that island, we were off our RV, jumped onto a ferry, and then shipped across to this island. And the second we got onto the island, we all felt it. We all knew that something was different about this location. And once we went through the huge gate, we just knew that, all right, this is going to be a very, very long night for all of us.
Yes, just traveling internationally for the first time, I kind of, in my head, thought like maybe we will experience more just because of the layers of history and stuff like that. But it was true. We did experience a lot more kind of constant activity throughout the night. So I can agree with that.
Yeah, we've been to a lot of locations where it is active right away, but nothing compares to Spike Island. Like, you just can't compare any other location. That one was just from the beginning to the end. Even when we weren't recording, things were happening, and we had to flip the camera back on. And
oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
Well, speaking of having to flip the camera back on, greatest moment missed.
Ooh.
Oh.
Well, we almost missed one at Spike Island, I will say. You'll see in the episode we were this close to not capturing something because we had cut already. Man, no, I've had times even just where I'm going outside to go use the bathroom, and you start to hear like voices and things that don't sound at all like they're human. And there's a lot of things where you catch things at the corner of your eye that you call it out, like, I think I just saw a person, but the cameras didn't catch it, and it just doesn't make the episode.
Yeah, there's been times, like, we have our little break room in our camera gear room area, and there's been a time where I would walk right in there and, like, just, like, kind of go, like, oh, hey, Alex, what's going on? And then there's no one in there because I thought I heard stuff going on, and we didn't have a camera on, so it's just...
Chelsea's got a story.
Yeah.
Fairfield, remember the books?
The books.
When you went to the bathroom of the library?
No, that
Oh.
was at Alms House.
That was
Alms House. Yeah.
Green County Alms House.
Yes, so part of the show, obviously, we're not videotaping our treks to the restrooms. So that is for sure. And one of the restrooms was in this old library, and I was actually really nervous, like just making my way there. And I was like, it's fine. Like this whole place is haunted, but just get to the bathroom. And as I was walking there, a book flew off the shelf.
Oh, wow.
And I seriously thought it was one of them because they knew I was already nervous about it. And I ran back to the farmhouse that you guys were in. I was like, you guys, was that you? And they're like, what are you talking about? And I'd have to say that one was terrifying. Just being in this old library and a book flying off the shelf, and there was nobody else there.
Do you guys pull pranks on each other while you're not on location, but, in between?
I'd say the biggest prank that I just love doing is walkie checking. It's all out of curiosity to make sure everyone's okay.
Keep telling yourself that.
But we do like to keep our walkies nice and loud. So just a little walkie check every once in a while, and it's
Just make sure they're awake.
exactly.
Don't miss anything.
That was one location where, because we put our names in our hat, and that's how we draw to decide on what we're gonna do.
Sure.
I didn't know until after that Chelsea, because I wasn't in the room when we were drawing all the names out. She put Dakota 4 times. So I went, and I thought, I'm like, dang, bad luck. I got my name drawn first. Little do I know, they're laughing behind the scenes like it was going to be him no matter what.
That's just fate.
Yeah, exactly. That's just
fate.
No, I think that's the definition of it.
Not fate.
In the orphanage episode, did you ever call them out for the rock, paper, scissors?
What's funny is it's actually turned out to be one of my favorite things about that episode, because I didn't know Tanner and Alex had done that, and so we're back editing it and we see that footage. I'm like, oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
super
funny.
It was super funny.
Super funny.
I mean, who plays rock, paper, scissors blindfolded in the first place? So, if
True.
he's going to tell me his answer,
We're a team, and part of being a team is honesty. And,
but you're so strong, I knew you
Yeah.
could go next.
Yeah, you're right. I am strong.
You are really
I'm
strong.
really strong.
So
So what would be the ultimate dream location?
Oh,
I got one. I don't think we'll ever be allowed there, but it's Poveglia Island in Italy. It's it's where they used to throw people who had the Black Plague, and it's just one of those places that's always been on my list, but I don't think they're allowing people in there, so I don't know if we ever will.
and for me, it's Alcatraz. That's just so iconic. I really want to. I've never seen it before, and to be able to walk inside would be unbelievable.
I would absolutely love nothing more than to travel to the UK and check out some castles.
Yeah.
I was just going to say the same thing. I want to go to Scotland and check out the castles there.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
That would be so cool.
That would be
And scary.
very scary.
Yeah.
Biggest scare.
Oh.
Just everything tightened up, and oh my gosh.
Okay, I got mine.
I got mine.
I got mine.
Oh, we all got it.
Oh.
Dakota, you can start.
There was a prison we went to, Moundsville Penitentiary, season 1, and I had a pain on my back and stood up. Tanner lifts up my shirt, and there's welts on my back that was about an inch thick coming off my back, almost like burns. And I had described it to them before seeing the marks. It felt like someone took a hot frying pan and hit me on the back. And those marks were there from about midnight till 8 in the morning. They were noticeable and bulging for 8 hours. And for me, that was about the scary, I don't know. It was such a personal attack that I felt I don't know, I did not feel comfortable, and I don't think I ever will go back there, honestly.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, right. For me personally, it is actually our second to last episode at Loftus Hall. I can't do a lot of spoilers, but I get absolutely terrified there to a point where it may or may not have got a little emotional. I don't know.
May or may not have teared up.
Maybe.
But rightfully so. I'm not going to spoil it, but honestly, everything you went through, rightfully so.
It's
Gotcha.
not fun.
What about you?
Not fun.
I would say mine is Randolph County Infirmary. Part of the show, if no one has watched this before, we do kind of these curve balls where sometimes we split up from the group. And this was a moment where I was the only one inside the building in the basement. And I was sitting down in the hallway, and I'm the only girl in the group, and I heard another female voice coming from the end of the hallway, just said like hello, like really loud, crystal clear, audio picked it up great, and it was so scary that it actually brought me to tears. So I would have to say that was a moment where everything tightened up and I just cried.
Well, we learned a lot about your fight or flight too, because you actually, instead of running, you just stood there, like
Yeah.
you didn't move.
You
I
hugged
didn't
a
move.
tree.
You didn't
I did.
fight or flight. You froze. You did just tighten up.
How about you?
Very similar circumstances, but at a different location, Fairfield County Infirmary. We were doing solos, and it was my turn to go in. And at the end of this hallway, there's this giant jail cell door that they would lock some of the patients and residents in for some reason. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden it just slowly starts to open. And I got it on camera. I freaked out more than I ever have in my life. Like, I like Scooby-Doo ran out of the building. But what's not on camera is like, it took me so long to get out of the building because I was so scared that my brain wasn't working. I was making wrong turns. I would go into different rooms and then get more scared. And finally I get out there, and they didn't believe me that what I caught on camera. Like Chelsea specifically was just like, "You didn't catch that."
Are you
Chelsea!
sure?
The door open.
I got it on
Sure
camera.
enough, on camera, you see it just opening on its own. And that was like, no way wind could do that. It's a big, heavy metal door.
Right.
Like, yeah, that was my scariest moment, I think.
Oh yeah.
All right. So, lane closing. One person you would want to do a ghost hunt with.
Okay.
Oh.
If I could pick a celebrity, I would probably go with Billie Eilish. I think she's a really good singer, and I honestly feel like she would have a good time on Destination Fear.
For me, it would be Post Malone. He's been on Ghost Adventures before, and I know he's into the paranormal, and I think he's just awesome. So,
I would have to say my girl Kesha. She's got her own series coming up, but I know she's into the ghost stuff too. So I would say Kesha.
I would probably say Charlie Day, just because I would be laughing the whole entire time and I would forget where I'm at. I wouldn't be as scared.
you just want that
I would just want that distraction because he's hysterical.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Fight fear with laughter.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys for sharing some time with me. And
Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
have a
thank
great Comic-Con.
You
You
too.
too.
Enjoy the beautiful weather here in San Diego.